to Howl, uncontrollable laughter, amnesia, heavy craving, hands may become rudely sentient, your cat may start talking, the immortal snail might catch your trail, absurd use of...
We interrupt this broadcast with breaking news. The new prescription of Howl Yap is causing devastation throughout the wits. They've never been on air. They've never run a show. This is their first time. There's chaos in the streets. We advise you to stay in your homes and continue listening to this broadcast.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wolf Radio, and today we will be talking about a couple of different things: gender, DEI, just a lot of things that are going on in the political climate today. But first, I'd have to ask everyone, how are y'all doing?
Pretty well.
Doing all right.
Yes.
Who do we have?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so we have...
I'm Leighton, hello.
Eliza.
And then my name is Logan. And so, opinions on gender, DEI, anything?
Currently?
I'm a gender enthusiast. I think I've done a lot of gender research. I'm in an intro to gender and sexuality studies class right now. So we've been talking about a lot of the various executive orders and things that have been going out, like the recent biological changing of how gender works, or it's like they're limiting it to only male and female, like
Right.
the two biological sexes and gender are being merged on the government level. They're not allowed to even acknowledge anything else, including intersex people.
Right.
Which is odd because that's a whole, marginalized group of people that exist in the real world.
That's physical. That's not
Yes.
even like, that's a physical thing that some people are born with. It's like erasing autism or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, what they usually do when intersex people are born is that they will give them surgery in order to make them more in line with a standard of the two biological sexes, which sometimes does like irreparable damage to the person that gets
Right.
the surgery. But it's not for like use. It's just for the aesthetic and the purpose of fitting into one of two categories.
Exactly. And they don't care because they're doing it with intersex people too. They don't care about physical characteristics or anything like that. So yeah, I agree with you. And I also know someone who's in it's a gender theory class that's on this campus. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know are they taking away gender, or they're trying to take away gender theory or LGBTQ plus classes for somewhat?
So they were going to pause federal funding, right?
Right.
And a part of that was they said that when that was supposed to happen, like federal loans for college were not supposed to be affected. They did say at the time that it was under review and that they would be looking specifically at colleges that, quote, supported the gender ideology, which means that acknowledging that trans people exist, and that they would be looking at cutting off funding from those schools specifically.
Right, cutting federal funding for people who had gender classes. I know there is a Queer Student Alliance, shout out to the QSA.
Yes, QSA.
And the campus that
Yippee.
exists. So yeah.
Right. So
Any opinions for you?
I'm just agreeing with what y'all said. I had the same opinions.
there's a lot of, the main executive order that got released about the biological sex is specifically painted in a way, it's worded in a way that's like, we're defending women against the gender ideologues, which is, one, it doesn't mention trans men at all. It's just trans women, because that's how they get the fear across. Like, people are afraid of trans women invading women's spaces and being like the deceiver that comes in and steals women's rights away from them. And that's the reason they don't mention trans men, is because they're not seen as a threat. So there's not like a fear response that can get people anxious and worried about trans people's existence.
Right, exactly. I think evidence of, I suppose, targeting towards women is also evidence in abortion. And a lot of the laws, even before the Trump administration got into office, the justices that he did sign or elected into, obviously they overturned Roe versus Wade, and then all that happened and turned it back to the states. And it's, kind of been framed as, it's turning back to the states, is lessening the power of the government, is lessening whatever. It's whatever. But really what it's done, it's let some of the more extreme states, some of the more extreme Republican states who think that abortion shouldn't happen, period, it's given them permission to completely strip the right to abortion to women. And I can't think of any exact states. I know there was a case of someone who was affected by this in our state of Georgia who died in the parking lot, died in the parking lot, bled out to death, if I'm not mistaken, bled out to death in the parking lot due to not getting it out in time because doctors were afraid of doing the abortion procedure without, I guess, permission or whatever it was. So I think when we talk about abortion...
She was 28 years old, and she died of septic shock related to not getting the contents out of her body, that because it was a medical abortion, she had a miscarriage, and they needed to get all of the contents out, but because of Georgia's 6-week law, they wouldn't do that.
Right.
Just jumping in there.
Thank you for the information.
Thank you for the context.
Updated context.
Oh, I wasn't even on air when I did that. Oops.
That's okay. We still heard you.
Okay, that's good.
The people heard your voice. Your voice has been heard by the American public.
But yeah, I think that's a really good example of just the targeting of women specifically. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, like, it's in general, like, they don't want to, like, listen to, like, just, like, science and, like, actually, like, look into it of, like, just, they don't want to, like, listen to, like, actual, like, facts or, like, listen to people. They just, that makes sense. I don't,
Right.
Right, exactly.
I mean, there's the whole thing where it's like they are pretending that anti-trans executive orders are pro-women and that they're being made to protect women, and then they're taking away abortions, which is a thing that actually helps women and protects them.
Right. It's basically a cover-up. It's basically a cover-up. They're like, oh, we care about women. We're going to show that we care about women by demonizing another minority.
We swear we care about women, guys.
We swear we care about women.
Trust
we'll do
us. I married a woman. How can I be against them?
Right. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next section.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you paying $10.99 for Apple Music when Wolf Radio is free? Listen in at thewolfuwg.com. Come on.
We all know school can be a lot, especially with all the many things that come with it, from stressing over assignments to papers and especially exams. So let us ease your mind and place those burdens on God, because the fight isn't yours, it's His. Be sure to come join us from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Confidence, where every Tuesday you can have that dose of biblical understanding and knowing God's promises, here on Wolf Radio.
Hey there, it's KJ, coming at you from Wolf Radio, streaming 24/7 on the wolfuwg.com and on the Odyssey app.
Ugh, I wish there was a Christian show I could listen to. Did you say you wanted a Christian show with theological backgrounds and fruitful conversations? Well, yeah. Then you're in luck to tune into Confidence on Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Since you're already here, why not follow us on all these social media platforms? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All at the Wolf UWG.
Are you a believer of Jesus Christ? Are you also interested in getting to know him better? If you are, then I encourage you to come join me on Confidence.
God blesses everyone.
Where we get to know God and push you to be a better version through him. So join us every Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 1. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. So come on and join us here at Confidence to learn how to attack your day with a smile on your face.
You're tuned in to Wolf Radio, bringing you the hottest tunes, exclusive interviews, and campus updates 24/7. For students, by students.
We all know school can be a lot, especially with all the many things that come with it, from stressing over assignments to papers and especially exams. So let us ease your mind and place those burdens on God, because the fight isn't yours, it's his. Be sure to come join us from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Confidence, where every Tuesday you can have that dose of biblical understanding and knowing God's promises, here on Wolf Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. MC Scoves. We got more of your favorite music on the way, so stay tuned right here on Wolf Radio.
Ugh, I wish there was a Christian show I could listen to. Did you say you wanted a Christian show with theological backgrounds and fruitful conversations? Well, yeah. Then you're in luck to tune into Confidence on Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Oh, hey, sorry. I just got off the train. I can't make it to the party. I'm gonna be listening to Wolf Radio on the Odyssey app with some of my friends. Sorry.
Are you a believer of Jesus Christ? Are you also interested in getting to know him better? If you are, then I encourage you to come join me on Confidence.
God blesses everyone.
Where we get to know God and push you to be a better version through him. So join us every Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 1. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. So come on and join us here at Confidence to learn how to attack your day with a smile on your face.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you paying $10.99 for Apple Music when Wolf Radio is free? Listen in at thewolfUWG.com. Come on.
We all know school can be a lot, especially with all the many things that come with it, from stressing over assignments to papers and especially exams. So let us ease your mind and place those burdens on God, because the fight isn't yours, it's his. Be sure to come join us from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Confidence, where every Tuesday you can have that dose of biblical understanding and knowing God's promises, here on Wolf Radio.
Hello, we're back, and now we're going to talk about the film race. Today, I'm your host, Milan, and I'm here with
Lane.
And Matthew.
Okay, Lane and Matthew, how did you guys feel about the film race?
Matthew, you can go ahead.
I personally didn't get to be like part of a group. I was only part of a cast member in another person's project. I also didn't get to do it all weekend since I had to do I had to go home for some medical reasons. But I did some stuff yesterday with filming the last few scenes, and it was pretty fun.
Whose film were you in?
I was working with Marvin Tobar, an upperclassman.
Marvin. Yeah, I'm familiar with Marvin. Yeah, I got to be in Kennan's group again. I was in his group last semester. I was gonna be a PA in the short film, but the person who was supposed to play, there's one young guy in the film, and he actually, I think he got into a car accident on the way to set. So legit, and a PA had to step in, and I stepped in. So I got to act in that movie, and then I got to act in this one too, and I also did a bunch of stuff on crew stuff. So yeah. I love acting, so I've loved being in these last two short films for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the script writing process for at least Marvin's group took a while since they started on Thursday around like 9ish, 9ish at night.
We had our script done day one. I mean, like we had to revise it a couple times, but nah. The script is like the first thing that we get out of the way, and then we keep going.
Yeah,
so.
that would have to. That's kind of where you have to start.
Mm-hmm.
Because how are you gonna film anything if you're gonna
exactly
you
have no basis? Yeah, for sure. But I like writing, so I got to kind of have a hand in that as well. So yeah.
One more thing I did kind of watch happen was the kind of costuming stuff.
Oh, bro, dude.
Because there was someone who had to have a costume that you would not usually see.
Yeah.
And they made him look pretty good in his role.
Yeah.
From what I saw, I couldn't stay the whole time.
Our thing was that it was kind of like we were in a video game, and so we had these crazy outfits. This one dude dressed up like a cowboy. It was crazy looking, dude. It was awesome. I was wearing this really tiny jacket, and it made my body look ginormous, dog. It was so funny. It was so funny. Yeah. So.
Okay, so how do y'all feel about Trump, claiming himself as king?
No, thank you.
I'm unfamiliar. Somebody fill me in. What is this in reference to?
Well, from what I know, I was scrolling on Instagram and I got this little picture of Trump. He has his crown on his head with a big snarky smile on his face, but I don't really know much about it. What do you know?
I also don't really know much, but all I want to say is who dropped the crown for him to pick up?
No, exactly.
The context is that there was a congestion law in New York, and Trump overturned it without the legal jurisdiction to do so. So it's now being blocked by the courts. But he said congestion pricing in New York is now dead. Long live the king.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the Trump, I think, the White House chief of staff reposted an AI image of Trump with a crown on his head. And yeah.
Yeah, because I don't even know how that makes sense. I thought he was supposed to go to jail.
He already.
I don't ever think he actually was put in a cell. I just think
me either. I don't even remember the case.
Slap on the wrist.
A little part of me wants to think that a lot of that stuff is just straight up publicity, because he was making shirts off of it. So I don't think it's hard for me to believe any of that really.
Well, I mean, make your bag where you can.
I'm not surprised. He's if anyone is going to be able to overturn the legal system in any format, billionaires do it all the time. So I'm not surprised that the president was able to pull strings so that he didn't have to go to trial. I'm not surprised by that at all.
Okay, but he had 32, 36 charges, and to never go to trial, they would be so quick to take anybody else to trial for something even have.
If, I don't know. I try not to, can't try sitting that's pretty dumb law, low key. I mean, that just means that they could I don't know, do some pretty bad stuff.
Literally, that's literally surpassing them to do whatever they want to do. And he's going to take that, and he's going to do whatever he wants to do, as we can see right now.
I don't know. I try to stay out of politics as much as I can. I feel like it's a little toxic, especially right now, and it's probably because of Trump. But I know that prior, people could just have civil discourse and get what they want out, and that'd be it. And I feel like we need to get back to that. I don't know how, but somebody needs to just be everybody need to chill out for a second. Let's talk.
And then it got worse, the Mount Rushmore. He's trying to get his face put into Mount Rushmore. Are you serious?
No one should be. I think Mount Rushmore right now, it should not be touched. Unless something major happens.
How likely is that to happen? I can't see it happening.
Yeah.
The last guy who was on it was what? Teddy? And when was that? That was I don't know, 100 years ago? I don't know. So something tells me that one's not. That would just be so hard to do.
But knowing Trump's ego, he would do it.
Trump will be dead. Well, I guess that's not Trump would be dead by the time they put his face in there. So, I mean.
Dude has the biggest ego of all time.
Yeah, sure.
And he has people right there with him to make it even higher.
But so does every politician. Every politician's got a
No, they're a
group of-
different breed.
Sure. I mean, look, I
Violent.
come from like very rural Georgia, where it's like you would be surprised to even find anyone who isn't straight and white, like straight up. My high school was 80% white people, probably more. So like, I get it, but it's definitely. I remember having a conversation. I'm an Eagle Scout, and I remember having a conversation with a 13-year-old kid in my troop because I was like, I'm going to New York for my summer trip, and he goes, "Why would you go there? That's where the Yankees live." And I'm like, "What year are you living in, dude? Who has used that term in the past 50 years?"
Yankees.
Like, I was like, "You obviously, that's not your opinion. That's like your dad's opinion." So it's just, yeah, politics. They're icky, bruh.
Yeah, that's why I like to stay in my own little circle where
Yeah.
nothing can harm me. I am safe from any
Blissful
and all.
You are not safe.
Blissful
Politics
ignorance.
is everything.
What if I say nuh-uh?
No, they're gonna say yes, and politics is everything. You can't run nor hide from it. It's everywhere.
Unfortunately.
Rats.
Yeah. Trying to get him a third. Oh, yeah. I'll be real. I don't really,
That's
I don't get how
not
I don't really get how
legal.
it works.
Well, I mean,
how much did FDR
Just
have?
overthrowing the Constitution, I guess.
Did FDR had he had what? I don't know. He had the most. I know he had the most. How much did he have? Go ahead.
He had like 3.5 terms.
Okay.
So like he was, I think, sitting in on his 4th term, but he died before he finished that. It might have been his 3rd term that he died during. I don't know.
He
but
was
like
the GOAT.
But wasn't
Yeah.
it like during like a like
I was gonna
war
say
times?
this a whole different person.
I don't know necessarily. I know he was responsible for a lot of our infrastructure being ramped up after the Great Depression, and I think maybe something involved with World War I. I'm not entirely positive.
I think it was 2.
That was Eisenhower.
Really?
Yeah. It might
Wait.
have been like right around the time World War II was kicking off, but he was not. He wasn't a sitting wartime president, I don't think. But the reason they're trying to get Trump a 3rd term, and the reason, or like the way that they can do that, is like if you get enough of a majority, I think in Congress you can add an amendment to the Constitution that would allow him to run for a 3rd term, but it would only be applicable to presidents who have not served consecutive terms. So it would only apply to President Trump or Grover Cleveland, but Grover Cleveland is dead.
No, he's
Another
had
guy
enough.
who probably
I say
hadn't
no.
been around. When was
We
Glover?
don't-
He
we don't
died
need more
100
of
years
him.
ago too.
Not on my watch.
Everybody, yeah, come on now. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna tell them no.
Oh.
That's not fair.
That,
And
they'll
yeah.
probably listen. They've been known to be very, very open and
Yes.
very accepting of other people's opinions and
Yes,
thoughts.
yes. They
Yeah.
will totally not boo me off the stage. Definitely not.
Well, I mean, lots of people can do things on stage nowadays and not get booed off. So, I mean,
Yeah, we watched him give a speech. That's one.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the guy with a lot of money. And that guy. Yeah, and he did the thing, and and everybody was like, "Oh, that's a smart guy." I don't know.
This man has nothing to do with politics. Like, how is he even sole center of this
Trump,
thing?
like, I don't know. I guess it's been like 10 years now. Trump didn't have anything to do with politics either, and he ended up.
He was
as the
a celebrity.
president, so.
That man was at Home Alone. Like, are we serious?
Not, yeah. So.
All right. Well, I feel like that's enough Trump talk for right now.
Yes.
So, yeah. See y'all later.
Hey there, it's KJ. Coming at you from Wolf Radio, streaming 24/7 on the wolfUWG.com and on the Odyssey app.
Ugh, I wish there was a Christian show I could listen to. Did you say you wanted a Christian show with theological backgrounds and fruitful conversations? Well, yeah. Then you're in luck to tune into Confidence on Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Since you're already here, why not follow us on all these social media platforms? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All at the Wolf UWG.
You're tuned in to Wolf Radio. bringing you the hottest tunes, exclusive interviews, and campus updates 24/7. For students, by students.
Are you a believer of Jesus Christ? Are you also interested in getting to know him better? If you are, then I encourage you to come join me on Confidence.
God bless everyone.
Where we get to know God and push you to be a better version through him. So join us every Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 1. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. So come on and join us here at Confidence to learn how to attack your day with a smile on your face. We all know school can be a lot, especially with all the many things that come with it, from stressing over assignments to papers and especially exams. So let us ease your mind and place those burdens on God, because the fight isn't yours, it's his. Be sure to come join us from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Confidence, where every Tuesday you can have that dose of biblical understanding and knowing God's promises, here on Wolf Radio.
Wolf Life Hack number 613. If it's a pretty day outside, try to walk or take the bus. There's no point in driving everywhere. Plus, who knows who you'll meet on the way. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. MC Scoves. We got more of your favorite music on the way, so stay tuned right here on Wolf Radio.
Ugh, I wish there was a Christian show I could listen to. Did you say you wanted a Christian show with theological backgrounds and fruitful conversations? Well, yeah. Then you're in luck. Tune into Confidence on Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Wolf Life Hack number 614. There are plenty of people who have been through your classes and have a whole bunch of tips. Either talk to upperclassmen or go to the Center of Academic Success for tutoring. This is Wolf Radio.
Oh, hey, sorry. I just got off the train. I can't make it to the party. I'm gonna be listening to Wolf Radio on the Odyssey app with some of my friends. Sorry.
Are you a believer of Jesus Christ? Are you also interested in getting to know him better? If you are, then I encourage you to come join me on Confidence.
God bless everyone.
Where we get to know God and push you to be a better version through him. So join us every Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 1. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. So come on and join us here at Confidence to learn how to attack your day with a smile on your face.
Wolf Life Hack number 615. There's a lot of typing in the future. Invest in a monitor for your laptop and you won't regret it. Being able to type your paper and have your other tabs off to the side is amazing. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Whoa. Why are you paying $10.99 for Apple Music when Wolf Radio is free? Listen in at thewolfUWG.com. Come on.
We all know school can be a lot, especially with all the many things that come with it, from stressing over assignments to papers and especially exams. So let us ease your mind and place those burdens on God, because the fight isn't yours, it's his. Be sure to come join us from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Confidence, where every Tuesday you can have that dose of biblical understanding and knowing God's promises, here on Wolf Radio.
Wolf Life Hack number 616. Your RAs are people too, so even though they're here for you, please respect their personal space. This is Wolf Radio, for students, by students.
Hey there, it's KJ, coming at you from Wolf Radio, streaming 24/7 on the wolfUWG.com and on the Odyssey app.
Ugh, I wish there was a Christian show I could listen to. Did you say you wanted a Christian show with theological backgrounds and fruitful conversations? Well, yeah. Then you're in luck. Tune into Confidence on Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Wolf Life Hack number 601. Sleep is your best friend. Even if you can't wake up early, get some sleep every night. It's not worth staying up late just to wake up too tired for class. You're listening to Wolf Radio.
Since you're already here, why not follow us on all these social media platforms? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. All at the Wolf UWG.
Are you a believer of Jesus Christ? Are you also interested in getting to know him better? If you are, then I encourage you to come join me on Confidence,
God bless everyone.
where we get to know God and push you to be a better version through Him. So join us every Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 1. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. So come on and join us here at Confidence to learn how to attack your day with a smile on your face.
You're tuned in to Wolf Radio, bringing you the hottest tunes, exclusive interviews, and campus updates 24/7. For students, by students.
We all know school can be a lot, especially with all the many things that come with it, from stressing over assignments to papers and especially exams. So let us ease your mind and place those burdens on God, because the fight isn't yours, it's His. Be sure to come join us from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Confidence, where every Tuesday you can have that dose of biblical understanding and knowing God's promises, here on Wolf Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. MC Scoves. We got more of your favorite music on the way, so stay tuned right here on Wolf Radio.
Ugh, I wish there was a Christian show I could listen to. Did you say you wanted a Christian show with theological backgrounds and fruitful conversations? Well, yeah. Then you're in luck. Tune into Confidence on Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Wolf Radio. For students, by students.
Wolf Life Hack
Continuing
number
our
602.
topic on
Try to make some
current
friends
events
within your
going
major.
around
You'll want
both
to
in our
collaborate
community
in the future.
and
They might have
here in
some of the same
Carrollton
problems
and in our
and
Metro
classes
Atlanta
as you.
area.
You're listening to
I think it'd be like a really good idea to talk about the ICE raids, deportation stuff going on both here in Carrollton, but also, Kennesaw, Atlanta, so on and so forth. Here I'm joined with our board operator, Janelle.
Hey.
And Milan.
Hey.
And I'm Willie, of course.
Okay.
So who would like to, start talking about the deportations that have been going on right now?
The right question is, where do I start? So let's start.
Okay.
All right. So, I don't really like the narrative that's being put on immigrants that they're criminals when we have a felon convicted, multiple charges above 30 as our king, I guess. That's what we got going on now, king, and that's not right at all. And to even go into the schools, like I just seen a story about this little Hispanic girl who killed herself because she was in 6th grade, and she killed herself because all of her classmates were like, oh, we're gonna call ICE on you because kids are kids are those, and yeah, like this is serious. People are genuinely scared and doing things at about 10 years old because of this man. That's crazy.
No, literally, I saw
crazy.
that article earlier. Absolutely insane, and has me completely terrified because I have a cousin who, him and his mom, they just got here, like, I want to say maybe 6 months ago, not even. He's in elementary school, does not want to go to school. He is absolutely terrified to leave the house every single day.
Aww.
And that's, like, why do we have elementary school kids afraid that they're going to go to school and not go home to their parents at night?
Like,
Exactly.
oh my
Like, no one
gosh.
should be afraid that they can't go into a public place like a school or even going to the hospital and being afraid that something could happen to them and they can't get back to their family, or that a family member like their dad or their mom could, break a leg, have to go to the hospital, and then they're not coming home that night.
Like, it's just like crazy how America just does Hispanics the way they do. Then when it's like they come and partake in everything that they do. So I don't really understand I really don't. Like, I don't even know how to put it into words. It just does not make sense to me how we're so hypocritical. And it's
Yeah.
just like not like none of our country. This is a Native Americans country. We just got here. So the fact that you're trying to deport the Native Americans, what do you think Native means?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry, what? Were your people born here? No, your people were not born here.
You're also
Y'all
an immigrant.
immigrated here.
We're all
Like,
immigrants.
Everybody here is an immigrant. The immigrants helped y'all build this country. Now you want to send them back to where they came from? Most of them were born here. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, I don't understand that.
And like trying to make the narrative be that they're all criminals and that they're like coming for your jobs and stuff like that. Like it's gross.
Disgusting. Like it is gross.
I don't even understand that mindset, honestly, because like, how can you call somebody a criminal who's never committed a crime and you've committed multiple crimes?
Exactly.
It's just insane.
Pretty sure in my economics class last year we were doing like percentages, and I'm pretty sure like the unemployment rate is not over 7%. So who's taking your jobs?
Right. They're not even taking your jobs. They're doing the jobs that you don't want to do.
That you don't want to do.
Exactly. Like, I mean, think about
Happily
all
and
the jobs
fast.
like agriculturally or whatnot that are needing workers for that kind of stuff and paying for people to come in and do that.
Yeah.
If I am a teacher and an ICE worker tries to come in my classroom and take any of my children, you're finna leave empty-handed, cause
right. And I've seen multiple videos online of teachers being like, "I'm locking my doors. Like, there's a raid going on." You see on social media, it scares people, but it is our reality. When like I have friends that go to KSU and there's a current ICE raid on KSU.
Somebody saw a ICE at River Point the other day.
Oh my god, insane.
Like it's I don't even know.
Like the amount of times I've gone onto Instagram and like watched people's stories and they're like, hey, just so you know, there's this ICE raid that has been spotted 30 minutes from campus, 10 minutes from campus, 15, da-da-da-da. Like, that's scary.
The ASMR deportation video, did y'all see that?
No.
They literally made...
Sorry, a friendly reminder, if you see ICE, yell La Migra, just as loud as you can. La Migra.
Yeah. Like, listening. They were making an ASMR video as they were deporting somebody. They ASMR them jiggling the chains, locking the chains, putting it on their feet, the lock and key noise, the noise of them stepping up the planes, a genuine ASMR of a man being deported, and he deported. He literally had his head down the whole time. Like, he wasn't even like, and this is blowing up everywhere. Like, they posted on Instagram, Reels, TikTok, ASMR deportation. Is that, like, are we trying to be funny? Do y'all think this is a joke? This is not, yeah. Like, go home. Everybody search it up right now. You will see the video.
That is, and it's still up on multiple platforms?
It has to be. Everybody screen recorded it. Everybody's reposting it. You will definitely find the ASMR deportation video. And it's just like, I don't understand. And the problems that we have with transgenders, if you look and sound and have everything that a woman has, why would you be in a man's bathroom? Why? Like, I get it. You don't want a quote-unquote man in the bathroom with your daughter, okay, but think about when the roles are reversed. Like, let's think, guys.
Also, think about it. People just want to go to the bathroom. Like, just, they're minding their own business.
Right.
Mind your own business.
When have you ever came across a transgender person bothering you in the bathroom?
Literally never.
Literally never.
Not even once.
Putting a trans woman in danger, possibly her being in that bathroom with men.
Right.
Putting a whole woman with boobs, all of that, in a whole unit with men. Are we serious?
You never know what's going to happen.
You
like,
know
something
what's gonna happen.
very bad could happen.
We all know what's going to happen.
And it would fully be their fault because you put her in that situation.
And this is America, and they will not care because this is a transgender man or woman. They will not care. It is what it is.
Insane.
Well, it's not. It is what it is. We gonna do something one day, but I don't know when that day coming because it's kind of getting hard.
So I'd like to talk about another topic in our segment here, the DEI initiatives, removing of DEI in both companies and the workforce. So I'm going to open the floor to it, but I will say that with the, removal of, DEI, like, it's shocking to see which companies have stood behind it. And
crazy.
Which ones are, continuing to fight to have, a diverse employment.
Yeah. Like, some of the companies that immediately took out their DEI initiative is actually insane. Like Target? Within 24 hours? Crazy.
You were waiting on it, huh?
Y'all were waiting.
Crazy.
Or like Meta.
Yes.
What? They said they were already considering this stuff back in 2023. So y'all were waiting for the law to be passed, like, immediately. That's crazy.
Everybody go get you some Ben and Jerry's, man.
And I'm not saying, because I have no evidence that Disney is doing the exact same thing, but I can say, based on screenshots, they've changed their content warnings for different movies, such as Peter Pan or Dumbo, that might use stereotypes or racial or unfair racial depictions of stereotypes. From quoting this. This program includes negative depictions and/or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, spark conversation, and create a more inclusive future together. Now, that's what it said before. Here's what it says now after the DEI reversal. This program is presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes or negative depictions.
Wow. And the amount of books that are being discontinued is crazy. And literally, like, they're so brain rotted. Like, you're banning Captain Underpants because, like, what's going on? They banning, like, all the good books that you've ever read in your life. Like, even the ones that you read growing up in school are being banned. It's crazy.
That's just scary.
Cause like, what else? What else are you going to take? What else?
You know what they're going to take? Funding.
Immediately.
Doge. Look, I mean, okay. I'm also going to bring this up. So Doge has been cutting back on, money going in through different departments in our government. One of the ones that I find the most shocking, and first I thought this was a rumor until I actually looked it up myself, and I was like, oh, so this is an actual thing. So 1 in 10 staffers in the mental health agency have lost their jobs. This includes people who work for the National 988 or National Suicide Hotline. They're losing their jobs. Like, there are government agencies. The Department of Education has lost the most funding. You've lost funding from Department of Agriculture. It's just, what is going on in our world right now?
It's crazy. And I saw like a couple articles when I was looking earlier where they were actually saying that when you go through like all these big budget cuts to all these very important departments, you're actually seeing that there's barely any change. Like, they're not actually saving a lot of money. They're just taking money from necessary places and leaving it in unnecessary places. So it's like, what was even the point of taking it from these important mental health departments or the education department when they need the money?
Well, as you know, today has been a very, heavy day, heavy topics we've been talking about. But we do have to wrap up this episode. Before we go, just a little reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you are following us on Instagram at TheWolfUWG and tell us your thoughts about the show. If you missed today's episode or any other episode, head over to thewolfwg.com or the Odyssey app to find all of our episodes. And until next time, can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!